I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, I don't know why I tried to do this, and by way of explanation tells her life story. We're still in the opening of book 3, whose working title is Shiny Pretty Gothic. Last week in Shiny Pretty Gothic, Ava got jobs as an art model and coat check girl, started sort of dating a sort of WWF wrestler, and got to know Wally, her hairdresser friend. This chapter now has a name, Billy and Wally, and we're about halfway through. A narrow room, orange tiles on the floor and walls with nothing in it but shower stalls, 10 of them to the left of the entrance and more stretching off to the right. The stalls are small, barely enough room for a person to turn around in. God help you if you're obese. Water is not running, the floor is not wet. Wally pushes himself against a big man, almost twice his size. The man wears a black shirt and leather vest, biker boots, and a military or police style cap. He's got dark short hair and a full beard and mustache. He smiles distantly as Wally arches against him. Wally is wearing his usual black tights and multicolored patterned shirt. This shirt is in oranges, yellows, and reds with a few green leafy shapes sprinkled throughout. It's made from a thick textured cotton, like a Hawaiian shirt, though the pattern is not Hawaiian. Instead, it's like the 70s dresses I find on Puntiel Street. So that's the connection between Wally and I realize as I type. We both like bright psychedelic clothes. He always nods to goth, with his half-shaven head, tights, and pointy shoes, though. I go full retro. The room, or whatever it is. What kind of business is an empty space with nothing in it but showers? There's a few blocks south of our apartment, on the same side of Serrato Street as us. Wally can walk there when he wants what? Fun, danger, adventure, sex, abuse. I have no idea how this mini movie gets into my head. Did Wally tell me he goes to a gay gym or sex club a few blocks away? Or did I overhear something about this club at a party? The guy in the clip is a larger, more virile version of Jean, I see as I type. I think it was Wally. I think it was Wally who told me that he likes anonymous sex and that he and Jean have an arrangement. Maybe at one of those long mornings/days sitting at his kitchen table when we drank the strong coffee. Sometimes we'd smoke pot too. Wally talks a lot, and half the time I don't hear what he says, grateful simply for the company. It doesn't explain the movie, though. The big guy, the weird orange shower room, all stylized and clean. A bunch of guys fucking against a wall, semen being washed away in a big antiseptic room. Some crawl along the floor, licking up strangers' fluids. Not Wally. He only pushes himself against the bear guy, fully clothed. 3 weeks passed and Stuart hasn't called. Now I feel hurt and humiliated. He's realized I'm not the devil-may-care coat check girl, only interested in drinking, sex, and gossip that I pretended to be. He's found me out. I'm old, 24 to his 18, depressed and frightened. Next chapter, Wilhelm and Saw. At Sunstars on a Monday night, a guy I've never seen before with curly brown hair, wearing spattered workman's clothes like he's a drywaller or something, gets wasted at the bar. I stand at the opposite end to him, only moving to the middle to pick up drinks when they're ready. The guy keeps staring at me. I carry drinks to one of the 2 occupied tables in the front room and return to the bar. The guy starts muttering angrily. Mange ta Plotte, he blurts out, looking at me. I keep my eyes trained straight ahead. Mange ta Plotte, he says again. I can feel his eyes on me. Mange ta Plotte, he yells, Mange ta Plotte. Ajmal, sitting at a table with a friend, jumps up and ushers me into the front while his friend steps in front of the guy. Wait here temporarily, Ajmal says in his mixed accent and proper grammar. I'm not sure where he's from. The Bahamas, I think. He speaks French, not Canadian. He's a good guy, he adds. He is, echoes the bartender, who has followed us out and is standing behind Ajmal. My whole being has shrunk into a tight ball. I'm like an apple that's been left too long on a windowsill. I feel dirty. Again, it's my whole being, and it doesn't make sense. I didn't do anything. Mange ta Plotte, the man screams from the back. Ajmal and the bartender look at each other and repeat again that the man is a good guy. I know that they're saying this because the guy spent a lot of money and the place is not doing well. Take the night off, Ajmal says to me. I do. I don't go back. I'm getting more and more modeling work. Between it and the welfare checks, I'm surviving. I start modeling for a University de Release professor. His studio is in an arty area adjacent to the old tourist part of the city. It's got the same little square windows that the Trent School of Art had, and the same brick walls, though Wilhelm's aren't painted white. Abstract paintings and life-size figure drawings cover his walls. Willem is 40, quiet, with a full face and head of hair, kind of kinky and brown, and a stocky, solid Ukrainian build. During breaks from modeling, we share my drum tobacco. He tells me about leaving his home country and about his wife and work. He bought a pig's head once so he could watch it decompose. The studio filled with flies, so he hung it outside. Maggots fell off it like snow, creating a puddle on the sidewalk below. The wood that was once shiny and carved has disintegrated into powdery lumps at the bottom of tarnished teardrop metal cages. How much? I asked the man in the consignment store. A quarter. I put these earrings in immediately after paying for them. Jesus, it smells like mothballs, says Pierre, wrinkling his nose when I come out of my room. Is it you? I thought it'd be an interesting perfume. It doesn't work. He gives me a strange look, so I take another bath before leaving the apartment. At Wally's salon, I ask him if he can make my hair gray. Why would you want to do that? I don't know. No one likes gray, so I want to like it. Wally inspects my roots. I don't think I can get the color to grab without bleach. I don't want to bleach. I'm protective of my never processed locks that also haven't been cut since I was 12. Just a sec. Wally leaves and comes back with a box. I don't know if this will work, he says. My hair looks a teensy bit gray in the highlights after Wally applies the cream and lets me sit under a hairdryer for half an hour. No, the box doesn't work. My decayed wood earrings come from a secondhand shop on the English side of Release. Most of the time I shop in my neighborhood, the village and surrounding area. My favorite shopping street is Puntel, a couple over from ours west of the village. An ugly, busy avenue full of haberdasheries. I think that's what they're called. Big stores full of nondescript clothing, pots, pans, kind of like an army surplus, but for clothing and housewares. In the backs of these haberdasheries, I find decades-old, never-worn clothes with the tags still on them. 2 pairs of 70s neon extra-wide pants that remind me of fish in an aquarium, 50 cents each. An old man's watch, brightly colored women's house dresses and shiny 70s polyester mini dresses, all buried under more current merchandise in big bins at the back of these stores. In the village, I find a full-length purple velvet hooded cape lined with ivory silk, $10. I buy feather boas, a tight-fitting red and black wool skirt that goes down to my knees from Paris. Most of this stuff I never wear, except for the one time I try it on in the stores and the second in my room at my mirror, daring myself to wear it out. I go back to the store in English Release where I got the powdery wood earrings. I need a modeling robe, and I know what I want. Men's paisley, British satiny, with a solid collar. Can't get that in French or Jewish Release. I buy makeup, lipsticks mostly. I want desperately to be able to wear it. I want to be one of those women in the magazines. Well, no, I want, like, when you read a fashion magazine like Vogue or Elle, and they tell you to, what, slap it on, slather, wipe it on, slick it on, right? They tell you to slick on some lipstick, if nothing else, to make yourself look like you don't care about makeup while still caring. Just slick it on before you leave the house or in the bathroom after eating. Brush on a quick coat of mascara too, well, in the morning. I want to be that person. I want to wear brilliant red lipstick. Everyone looks at me. I feel like my lips are walking down the street without me. Oh, I want to be the girl with the big, smiling, talking mouth. But mine only frowns. My eyes, they're like the Afghani girl on the cover of the National Geographic. Hard, shiny, complete distrust.